Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. And what you see before you are two of my all-time favorite small EDC fixed blades. And what they have in common is that they both happen to be designed by the same maker. One of them is actually made by the maker. I'm talking about Rob Amsler. He is a custom knife maker who caught my attention originally with this knife right here. He's been making knives for a while now, but this is the knife that really got my attention. And this is the Boker Mini Slick. A lot of you guys picked this up, and my review on this knife was actually how I became kind of friends with Rob and how I got in contact with him. He started commenting this video, or the video on my Mini Slick, and then we became friends on Instagram, and that's how I found out about this knife. I saw some prototype pictures of this, and this is what I am reviewing today. This is the Amsler Knives Hurricane Razor 2.0. I'd seen some videos on his original Hurricane Razor, and this is the slightly upgraded version. So, and this one, by the way, has been pimped by Thai Survival, Esteban. Got the Thai Survival bead on there and everything. Love this knife, still carry it. But lately, I've been carrying this sometimes as a main carry knife. This is an excellent knife to carry at church because it is not very flashy. It's small, it's not obtrusive. I mentioned this in a video before, but I teach Sunday school. So if I want to pull a knife out and start cutting something, you know, I don't want kids to be like, "What? Whoa, he's got a knife." But so this is a very discreet knife to use in situations like that. Fits down in dress pants very well, and it just looks like a pen. Or you can carry it as a neck knife. So this is just a really handy knife to have. And mostly throughout the day, I carry this as a secondary blade. You know, just a cool little box opener, or just to cut a string off of my shirt when I'm at the store and I don't want to flip out a big folder. So this is a very cool little knife. Like I said, I love my small fixed blades. So let me do what I normally like to do now in my reviews and get the technical specs out of the way. This knife weighs 1 ounce in the sheath, a little under an ounce in the sheath, but it doesn't really matter. You're not going to be carrying this without the sheath. So 1 ounce, that's about the same weight as a pen. Some cases, a lot lighter than a pen. So if you can carry a ballpoint pen in your pocket, you can carry this knife no problem. It is made out of one solid piece of CPM 154, not 154 CM. There's a difference. Pretty much same composition, it's just made by different companies. If you guys are familiar, you know, just go over this real quick. You know, CPM S30V. It's a Crucible. It's Crucible's version of 154 CM, which is a carpenter steel. So, like I said, almost exactly the same. There may be more differences. I'm just not 100% sure on them. So forgive me for that. I don't know if there's really any noticeable differences except the fact that, or notable differences except for the fact that they're made by different companies. But one solid piece of CPM 154, which is very cool. The length on this is 5 1/4 inches. You can see, about the same size as a pen. And the blade length is about 1 1/2 inches. So legal in just about every state. And in some countries. Except for countries that have laws against carrying fixed blades. So let me give you guys a good look at it. This is the stone-washed version. He does sell coated versions of this knife. The only color I've seen so far, he may do other coatings, it's just the only one I've seen so far, is a flat dark earth. Rob, being the cool guy that he is, he gave me the opportunity to buy this knife before they became available to the general public. Now he has started selling them to knife retailers like Blade HQ and different websites like that. But he was really cool and let me buy this from him directly before they came out to do a review on it. Like I said, this was about 2 weeks ago, and like I said, they're already for sale now on Blade HQ. He has the coated version without the tritium. But that was really cool of him to do that. So, like I said, CPM 154, stone-washed finish. This is the one with the tritium tube. That's right, that's tritium. So you guys can see that. It is ice blue tritium. I mentioned in my unboxing that tritium will glow for like 5,000 years. I don't think that's true. This is guaranteed to glow indefinitely for about, I think about 10 plus years. It may glow more than that. That's just what I have seen on the internet. You guys can do your own research on that. But the pocket clip, the screws, and the pocket clip spacer, however, are titanium. And you can see that's his name, Amsler, stamped into the pocket clip. Screws are polished titanium. Then you have that spacer. That's the only part that isn't stone washed. It is roughly Scotch brighted. Now I believe the process he said is that he stone washed them, then Scotch brighted it. That's why it's a very, very fine stone washed finish. But I happen to really like it. I love that natural look. And then he also includes some rubber O-rings. That's just kind of that's kind of something that a lot of people are doing now with different small fixed blades and keychain tools that they put O-rings on them. So there's some different notches on here to put O-rings in different places. Really the only three logical places are right there, there, and there. Right there, and you can't put the sheath on. Right there, you can't stick it into your pocket. So it also adds a little bit of grip because this is a very, very slim, small knife, as you can see it in my hand. So it does offer a little bit of grip, and I like the way it looks. It's just kind of cool and industrial looking, which is one thing that I really love about Rob's work. It's very unique and it's very industrial, which that just happens to be what I really like. You know, I am really attracted to different industrial looking knife designs. These are all hand sharpened by him on a wicked edge, and this came hair shaving sharp. He also hand makes these Kydex sheaths for them, which are a perfect fit. Nice little snap. Very minimalistic. A lot of people want to go crazy with their sheaths and make them like gigantic. This is pretty much just all the sheath that you need. No excess, nothing. Two little rivets or eyelets in there so you can attach a piece of paracord to there just to make a little lanyard, something to tug on when you extract it from the sheath, or tie it around your neck as a neck knife. I wouldn't like how far it hangs down for it to be a neck knife, but how slim it is and how light it is, I think it'd make a good one. But so far, it has something that most, 99% of all fixed blades I've ever seen, has something they do not have, and that is a pocket clip. So I just clip this into my back pocket or in my front pocket just like I would a pen. And that is a fantastic option that he gives you with this knife. Now as it came, the pocket clip was on this side, but I like it on this side better. I just unscrewed it because I can carry it down in my pocket just like that, pull it out, and the blade is right there, just like a folding knife would be. So, also something cool that he will send you with your knives. Let me give you guys a look. That's not it. You're going to get a baggie that comes with spare O-rings and a special Allen/Torx wrench. I believe that's what he called it. He said it was like a combination of Allen Torx wrench. And it's specifically for these screws. I will reiterate this from one of his videos. Only use the tool that he sends with these knives to take and adjust these screws. They're special screws. They are supposed to not, they're like a high torque screw, and it's supposed to not strip. But since these are titanium screws, steel, if you have a hardened steel bit, it's going to strip those screws right out. Because titanium is softer than steel. But the cool thing about this is you don't need Loctite with these screws, because titanium being softer than the steel this knife is made out of, which is what it's screwing into, as you're screwing it in, it's not smooth. It kind of gives you a little bit of torque, or I don't know how else to explain it. It feels sticky when you're screwing the screws into the handle. And that's because the titanium is actually kind of molding to the steel, and that will keep it from keep the screw from unthreading over time. Also, what you're going to get is this nice card, Amsler knives with the nice embossing, and there's your information. You get the name, Hurricane Razor, batch number 1. These are heat treated by BOS Heat Treat, which is a professional heat treating company. I don't know if it's a company or just one guy. I think it just used to be one guy, and he used to do all of the Strider knives. The date in which this was made, the blade steel, and then the information about what kind of tritium this is. Now, as it is, the ones that I have seen on Blade HQ so far do not have the tritium. It's just a hole. and they're selling for, I believe, $165, which I think is a steal for a custom knife. Even if it is a small knife, still a custom knife. It's one of the cheapest custom knives I've seen. And for the fit and finish that you're going to get for this knife, that's a steal. I don't know how he's making money on these. But the tritium versions, I believe he said that those were about $175, I think. I could be wrong on that. You'll have to contact him yourself. I'll put his email in the description and his website. But on his card, there's his email and his website. It's amslerknives.com is the website. amslerknives@gmail.com is his email. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description just because you guys can contact him for further information. And tell him that Sherman sent you. So, let's get another good look at this knife. All the edges are very nicely chamfered. No rough edges on this. It's very smooth feeling, which I like, except for these little notches cut out. Which the notches are not stonewashed and Scotch-Brighted. It's kind of that rough steel look, which is kind of cool. It offers a two-tone look to it. And also the inside of these cutouts, which I think is very cool. Like I said, it offers kind of a two-tone look. Like I said, it's a very, very slim, small knife. But also, it's not hard to hold on to. Yes, it's small, but you can get a really good grip on it. And that notch right there almost adds as a small jump, which is what I've been using it as. My thumb goes right in there. It's very easy to control it, or my index finger. But really, you'd kind of hold this like a little scalpel, which is what this reminds me of, like an urban industrial scalpel, which I think is really, really cool. Also, something else, which I think he said he got inspiration from, were these little X-Acto knives. And really, you can kind of see the similarities. Obviously, I'd rather have this. But just kind of cool, something I wanted to throw in there that's very similar to that in terms of shape and design. But like I said, it really reminds me of a scalpel. But it's about as sharp as one. But the fit and finish is incredible. The look is incredible. I love, like I said, that stonewash Scotch-Brite finish. Fit and finish is awesome on this. How the tritium is set in there with the clear epoxy. Seamless in application. Perfectly straight inside that epoxy. Very cool looking with that spacer. Like I said, I plan on doing a little bit of modifying to this knife. Just a little bit. I like the shape of this one a lot more than I like the original Razor. The original Razor had a much more wide blade. It was not flat, full flat ground like this one is. You can see how it's pretty thin behind the cutting edge. Makes it a really good slicer for the size. But this is a much more, it is a kind of a tanto design in the blade. But much more of a conventional, I guess, drop point blade. But the original Hurricane Razor was much more of a tanto design, and I like this one more. The tritium on this, he offers 3 different colored tritium for right now anyway. This is the ice blue, and he offers it in ice blue, green, and pink. The ice blue and the green are going to be the brightest, pink being not quite as bright. But I have a clear little drawer in my bedside table. And it's just like a little bookshelf that I put that clear drawer in to store my stuff. And at night in pitch dark, this is just illuminating out of the drawer. And it illuminates the area very well. This tritium is extremely bright for, you know, being what it is, which is just a radioactive material. It doesn't have to charge. It doesn't need sunlight to charge. Tritium just glows 24/7. Like I said, I'm trying to show you guys a little bit. Can't really show you that well. I have some pictures on Instagram of the tritium. Like I said, it's really hard to be able to show you guys with this. Kind of see it. It's very bright. Like I said, especially in pitch darkness. It's so cool when I'm carrying this in my pocket. I just kind of look down, peel my pocket back, and that's just shining bright in my pocket. It's just really, really cool. Necessary? No, but it has an awesome cool factor. But the tension on the pocket clip was very strong, and I had to adjust it just a little bit to fit on normal pants pockets. He mentioned that in his video also. But just, it fits really well in the pocket, and obviously for how slim and design this is, it carries, you don't even realize you have it in your pocket. It's so light, so thin, you just forget about it, which I like about it. Easy to extract. Just a super, super cool little fixed blade. No, you're not going to be doing bushcraft with it. You're not going to be doing hard cutting with this. It's just a tiny 1.5 inch blade you're going to cut open boxes and cut string with. But this is the coolest box cutter I've ever had. So thank you again to Rob for giving me the opportunity to buy this knife. Definitely go check out his work, guys, and pick up one of these knives if you're a fan and you like small fixed blades that are just very different in design and that give you a lot for what you pay. So Rob's a really cool guy. Go check out his Instagram and his YouTube page. Contact him, ask him about this knife, see if he has any more in stock, and get a hold of one, guys. You owe it to yourselves to own one of these. So, I said, let him know that Sherman sent you. He'll be happy to take your money. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions on this knife, leave them in the comments box, guys. Alright, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614, peace.